Gonna be talking about what I did and didn't know for this section, and it, it's pretty fun. I honestly I enjoyed this week, and I'm just kind of hoping that I can be able to remember this because a lot of this stuff I did learn in high school, but now I just kind of forgot. And so yeah, so one of the things I do remember, and sorry I had to write this on napkins. I'm at work right now. Um, and there wasn't a lot to write on. So excuse me, but I had to use a Sharpie and a napkin. But hopefully it'll still work. Um, so the first one, obviously, I thought was super easy, super simple, was domain and range. I definitely remember that one. Like that one was just easy. Basically just the x and the y. I kind of remembered it as like it's kind of like a if you saw like a graph, um, you know, and then like the origin, and then the x was like the ground, and the y was like the air, like the sky. Imagine that. So, if you were going to throw a ball or something from the origin, the range it would go would be like the y, and that's kind of how we remembered it. And then like the domain was just like the plateau, and just it was just pretty easy to simple remember that. So I just kind of remembered that from whenever I. Sorry, something just fell over there. I don't really know what it was. Um, but yeah, so that was the first thing. And then how to plot on graphs. Sorry, it looks really rough. I'm not really good at drawing graphs and stuff, so this looks kind of weird. Um, but yeah, so basically I have 0, 8 as my domain and range. So 0 is the origin, the very like the center of your graph. And so my graph's going to be by twos instead of by ones. So like every block is two. And so I'm going to go. So 0 is my domain. So I don't get off the ground, to say, and then into the like the different quadrants, and I don't go below. And so I'm going to go 0, but I'm going to go down 8. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's my first one right here. That's going to be 0, 8 right there. Um, and then I have 1, 3. So this is weird because I'm going by twos. So with this, it'll be 1 would be in between the lines. So it would be like right in the middle, like where my mouth is kind of right now. So you would go 1 over and then 3 up. So 1, 2, 3. And again, I'm sorry, my graph doesn't really look the greatest, but this would be where 1, 3 would be. And so yeah, I remember that. That one was pretty easy. I really enjoyed that section. Um, uh, yeah, I was just exhilarated to remember that. So then we got this is stuff I didn't quite understand. So not like how to find something as a function. I do remember learning this. There was like this little easy thing to remember where like if you had a graph and you had something like this right here, what you would do is you kind of take your pencil or Sharpie, in this instance, also I had, and you would just kind of run it along here. I do remember that. That was something that did help me a lot. If it crossed the Y, then it's not a function. If it crossed the Y twice, more than once, then it's not a function. And I remember that very, very much. Probably the biggest thing I did this section that I was not as familiar with. I did learn it before. Like I guess I've learned all this stuff, but this definitely was a more difficult to remember. Would be these kind of problems right here, where it was the f of x and the g of x, and then at the end, or it kind of gives you like what f of x is. F is going to be 2, and g is going to be 3. At the end, we had to subtract them. That was it was easy. I mean, to say easy, it was it was doable. Like it wasn't like it was the hardest thing I ever done in my life, but it was definitely more difficult than I remember. And so I solved this one. Going through the steps of this right here, you would just plug in your variables, and then you would just do the problem from there. Where f was 2, so 2 would go where x was, and 3 would go where x was for the g, and you would just move down, move it around, do some math, and I came out with my answer at the end because you do have to subtract. I'd show you, but I think I'm running out of time. But you do have to subtract at the end. But this was a very fun lesson. I was very just exhilarated just learning this, and I hope to just continue to do more.